How to find your main in Apex Legends, one of the most important decisions you can take before even jumping into a match. This decision is crucial to your long-term success in this game, and sometimes even how far you can climb in ranked. I'm going to go over the main types of legends, their common roles within teams, common mistakes made on them, and I'm going to describe the type of player that best fits these legends, so don't skip over any as you might just skip the legends that are perfect for you. Let's go. So there are three types of legends in ranked Apex that work, and we're going to split them into the aggressive legends, the tactical legends, and finally the support legends. Each have a specific role or playstyle that best fits them, and while I go over them, I want you guys to have in your mind how you would like to play, how you enjoy to play Apex, so you can visualize and figure out which style you would like to continue with going forward. First up, if I don't mention the legend that you play, please don't get mad at me. Sadly, they aren't meta relevant in my eyes, but definitely go defend them in the comment section down below. I'm looking at you Lifeline stands. First up are the tactical legends. They are Valkyrie, Bloodhound, Seer, and Crypto. These are going to be your recon legends. These legends are made to give information and assist the more aggressive legend, which we'll talk about in a bit. These legends should always be played slightly more aggressive and will always be one of the first two to a fight unless they're playing with two other aggressive legends. And they're always a solid choice for your IGL since they're going to be able to obtain information in multiple ways, and in Valkyrie's case, also have very good individual movement. These players should always recognize if there's a beacon they can hit nearby, as well as always being focused on getting and relaying as much information as they can to their teams about zones, enemy positions, or whatever, but that's key to their role on any squad. Common mistakes I see when playing these legends is not sharing your information with your teammates, whether macro info or micro. All is useful information, so use your mic. And the other is forgetting to hit beacons. That's a huge pet peeve of mine as a Valkyrie main. If someone picks her in ranked and then doesn't hit beacons, I just can't. Who should play these legends? If you're someone that maybe doesn't like to play as aggressive, if you like to play a bit slower and use as much information as you can to make decisions, if you enjoy predicting zones and positioning your team in good endgame spots and just enjoy playing a bit more methodical and tactical, then these are the legends for you. Also, these legends are very good choices for solo queuers. And if you're enjoying this video and want to support the channel for free, please drop a like on this video to help it spread to more Apex Legends players. Thank you. Continuing on, we cannot forget about the support or defensive legends. There are really only two of these legends. They are Gibraltar and Caustic. These guys are the anchor of any team and can be clutch in a lot of situations, and they truly shine in the late game. Sometimes these guys popping their ults or abilities in certain moments can be the difference between surviving or getting wiped. While they aren't the flashy legends to play, they are extremely clutch. Being legends with no escapability, they should always make sure to be as close to their teammates as possible and always be there to assist the more aggressive legends however they can. Being around their teammates can allow them to quickly isolate and stomp on more disorganized teams, and do everything you can to take command in those late game scenarios and master the timing of when to throw your ultimates. The biggest mistake I see with Gibby is people don't know the proper timing of when to throw their ultimate, as well as they are very reserved when using their bubble and don't know the best ways to use it and or times to use it. And with Caustic, the biggest mistake for players is not knowing the best way to place the traps in buildings for maximum effectiveness. Who should play these legends? If you tend to not be the most aggressive player or maybe highest gun skill player on most teams, but you're a team player and want to play a legend that is always in demand and gives a high return if played correctly, then this is the spot for you. Especially a legend like Gibraltar that is always in super high demand, but no one ever wants to play. Finally, we get to the aggressive legends in Apex. The group of legends I consider the meta aggro legends are going to be Octane, Ashe, Pathfinder, Wraith, and Horizon. All of these legends are meta and can either work as the entry fragger, or in other words, the guy on your team that is aggressively looking for fights to take and is in charge of getting angles and doing that heavy opening damage with help from another aggro legend, or your tactical legend. This is also a good legend to have your IGL or in-game leader on, since sometimes the best leader is also the best player, and naturally they tend to have the highest gun skill in the team or highest game sense. These legends all have some sort of mobility, and while their primary objective is to output damage and look to get those entry knocks, it is also their part to move their teammates across or around, since all their abilities can move their teammates to safety or take a more powerful position. And the most common mistakes on these legends is people who play them because of their escapability and end up playing them very scared and don't use their abilities in the aggressive way they were meant for. Who should play these legends? Like I mentioned earlier, it's always a good idea if you tend to have crazy gun skill to play an aggressive legend, since usually you will be able to do a lot of opening damage and have abilities to close the gap, get that knock, or reset safely after doing a lot of opening damage. But in general, if you love fighting and pushing, then these guys are for you. And also, most of these legends are also great for solo queuers. After watching this video, did you start considering playing Bloodhound? Well, before you do this, Watch this video because choosing Bloodhound could be the worst decision you could ever make.